Most acts of violence that make the news involve men or teenage boys, but in healing and preventing violence, there's an important role for women. That certainly applies to the prevention efforts of a group known as Lipstick. That stands for Ladies Involved in Putting a Stop to Inner City Killing. To tell us about an event happening this weekend are two guests from Lipstick, the social media coordinator, Shante and the grassroots organizer, Jacques. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
I want to start with Shante. Whenever I hear Lipstick, I think of where did the gun come from, the pipeline. So tell us, what's the main purpose of Lipstick?
So our mission is to get the young girls and the women who are being manipulated and used into buying, hiding, and holding guns. So we have monthly workshops where they come in and we tell them, we educate them that it's not okay to buy a gun, it's not okay to hold a gun, and that they don't have to be manipulated into doing those things. So we give them outlets and we give them referrals to other agencies that can help them when they're trying to be manipulated by a loved one.
And turning to Diana, I guess for a lot of women, they don't want to be enablers of violence, but you have a relationship or you have family members, and sometimes you might feel pressure, even if you don't like to do this, you hide a gun for somebody. These are tough decisions that these women have to make, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. It is very tough decisions. We're not asking them to choose between their loved ones and themselves. We're asking them is to be aware of the consequences of doing what they're doing, because a lot of these women, they may be holding these guns and storing these guns, but they may not understand the repercussions that come with it, like how many bodies are on that gun. Like you holding that gun, how many killings are linked to that gun, you know what I mean? So we're trying to inform women how you play a role in the community and how your actions may have repercussions, but we don't want them to choose their loved one. We just want to empower them to make the right choice.
And educate.
And educate.
Time comes with it too. Yeah. If you get caught with the gun for a loved one, you can go to jail. You can lose your housing, you can lose your scholarship, whatever it is that you have, you can lose if you hold a gun or buy a gun for somebody else.
I know we have all this bad news about the violence, but I remember earlier this year, Dan Conley said this program's helping. It's a success.
Definitely. I believe it was like a third of women. Yeah. It's down a third of the percentage of women who are holding guns.
Buyers,
yeah.
Diana, talk about the event that's coming up this weekend, because this has a different focus. Explain how this is going to work.
So this event is honoring our loved ones. So we want to pay respects to those who have died, those who we loved, but at the same time, we want to celebrate life, like the values of life, family, and community. So we're bringing resources at the event. We're also having activities like bouncies and dunk tanks and like ponies for the kids and food. Like it's a community event, and we're releasing the balloons to honor the loved ones and to remember them, but also enjoying ourselves while we're there, and to know that we as a community are keep building and we have each other's back, and we know that we are one, and that whatever may have separated us, we're coming together as one.
Shante, explain the thinking behind this, because when you remember a loss, normally it's painful, but when you're doing it this way, what's the difference?
Well, this event, it came straight from the Lipstick ladies. We sat down, we said, what do we want to do? What is it that we want to do? Because normally we do the leadership training, everything's such in order, like chronological order, it has to be done a certain way. But this came from our hearts. This was something that we wanted to do to build up the community. So we don't want it to be known that violence defines where we come from, because violence does not define where we come from. Love defines where we come from. Community defines where we come from. So we're going to value those things that are important to us. We're going to celebrate it by bringing the kids who are going back to school and letting them know that no, what you hear on the news does not define you.
Sometimes just getting victimized puts a cloud over your head, but an event like this, people must be able to feel a certain pride too.
Yes,
exactly.
Definitely.
Like they get to hold on to these balloons and release them, and it's just like releasing the stress or whatever else that came along with losing a loved one. It's like, okay, I'm healing. This is a healing process for me, and I love the person. I'm going to hold them close in my heart, and here's a balloon in remembrance of them.
What goes on normally with Lipstick is you have, at least some of the time, survivors who are going out, they're teaching, they're doing the outreach. How does that make them feel that they're able to make a change?
It's a healing process. All of it is a healing process. for women who are survivors and to meet women who are going through the same things they have, you know, to know that, like, I've been there, I know how you feel, I understand what you're feeling right now, but know that, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, there's peace at the end of the tunnel, and that we can work together into bringing that healing process. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's very important that these survivors are leading the forefront of the mission, because they know and they connect definitely with the women who are experiencing this, either being the perpetrator or the victim. It's all women. You may lost the victim, or you may have lost someone because they're going to jail because of the shooting. You know what I mean? So it's all a healing process, and no judgment zone.
And there's even maybe help for these women because they may have other needs and other issues. So you help them with those?
Definitely. The women and the organization, they're connected to different resources. So women may have, you know, domestic violence issues, or, you know, recovery, like substance abuse issues. So a lot of these women are able to connect with these women who are, you know, work at these organizations that deal with those specific issues, so they can refer them back to them.
Shante, tell us about the event, the time and the place for this weekend.
Yes, we'll be on Sunday, August 30th, we're starting roughly around 2 o'clock at the corner of Washington Street, and no, it's MLK Boulevard, I believe, and Walnut Ave. Yes, at 2 o'clock.
You mentioned also, Shante, if people want to find out what's going on with lipstick in the future, what's the best place to look that up? Operation
Lipstick. We can also visit our website, www.operationlipstick.org. You can look up the hashtags, hashtag where did the gun come from, hashtag his crime, your time, hashtag Operation Lipstick. And we also have an Instagram page, Project Lipstick, and Twitter.
All right, thank you both very much, Shante Leathers and Diana Jacques from Operation Lipstick.